Hello students, today we are going to study a new experiment op amp as inverting amplifier. Op amp as inverting amplifier. Op amp means operational amplifier. Operational amplifier used as an inverting amplifier. Okay, so in this experiment IC741, it is called as operational amplifier. It is a 8-pin IC. It is used as an inverting amplifier. So we know that in inverting amplifier the input signal is given to the inverting input and non-inverting input is connected to the ground. In inverting configuration of op amp, in inverting configuration the input signal which is to be amplified, the input signal it is given to the inverting terminal and a non-inverting terminal is connected to ground. We know that op amp needs or op amp requires a dual power supply. Dual means double power supply, plus VCC and minus VCC. Okay, so first we will study the pin configuration or pin connections of IC741 op amp. See here, this is the pin configuration of IC741. It is an 8-pin IC. Pin number 1 it is called as offset null. Pin number 1 offset null. Pin number 2 inverting input. Pin number 3 non-inverting input. Pin number 4 minus VCC. Pin number 5 offset null. Pin number 6 output. Pin number 7 plus VCC. And pin number 8 NC means no connection. Pin number 8 no connection. So these are the pins of IC741. Okay, so this is the practical board to perform inverting amplifier using operational amplifier. This is the practical board. In this practical board, here see here, this is the diagram for connecting the pins. For connecting the pins, so see here, this is the potentiometer or 10 kilo ohm to do offset null. This is the output pin, pin number 6. This is pin number 1. This is pin number 4. This is pin number 5. In between pin number 1 and pin number 5, a potentiometer 10 kilo ohm is connected to do offset null. These two terminals are for connection of feedback resistance RF. Then this is pin number 2, it is inverting input terminal. This is pin number 3, it is a non-inverting terminal. This is pin number 6 for output. Okay, then this control, it is for DC input control, to provide DC input to the input of amplifier. Okay, and this is the output terminals of dual power supply, plus 12 volt and minus 12 volt. This is ground terminal. So see back side here, see this is a dual power supply. This is a PCB, and on this PCB a bridge rectifier is connected. In bridge rectifier circuit 4 diodes are connected. This is a step down transformer with center tap secondary, plus 15, minus 15 and ground. Primary is connected to mains supply using this 2 core wire. 230 volt AC supply is given to the primary, and secondary wires are connected to the bridge rectifier. Okay, this is a dual power supply. In this dual power supply, 2 regulators are connected, positive regulator and negative voltage regulator. 7812, it is a positive voltage regulator which provides plus 12 volt, and 7912, it provides minus 12 volt. Because any operational amplifier requires a dual power supply. It's a pin number 7. Pin number 7 is connected to plus VCC, that is plus 12 volt. Pin number 7 is connected to plus 12 volt, and pin number 4 it is connected to minus 12 volt. Okay, so this is the dual power supply in which a step down transformer, center tapped step down transformer 15015 is used, and this is a bridge rectifier. These are filter capacitors. Okay, so this is dual power supply. Then IC 741, it is connected on this PCB, and the wires of each pin are connected to the corresponding pins. Okay, now then we will start how to connect the circuit. Okay, see here, first of all we connect DC power supply. See here, this is a plus 12 volt, that is output terminal of dual power supply. Pin number output terminal of dual power supply plus 12 volt. We have to connect this plus 12 volt to pin number 7. Pin number 7 is plus VCC. Okay, so plus 12 volt plus 12 volt is connected to pin number 7. Then minus 12 volt, it is connected to pin number 4. Pin number 4, it is minus VCC. Pin number 4, it is minus VCC, so it is connected to minus 12 volt. Okay, then we have to connect RF, that is pin feedback resistance, between pin number 2 and pin number 6. Okay, so connect RF. Here RF is 100 kilo ohm. See here, this is the RF resistance 100 kilo ohm, and it is connected between these two terminals. Okay, RF 100 kilo ohm. So connect RF 100 kilo ohm between pin number 2 and pin number 6. One terminal of RF is connected to pin number 2, and other terminal of RF, it is connected to pin number 6. Okay, so RF is connected between pin number 2 and pin number 6. Okay, then first of all we have to do offset null. So we have to connect input resistance Ri. This is input resistance Ri, and it is to be connected to pin number 2. Okay, so Ri is connected to pin number 2. One terminal of Ri, it is connected to pin number 2, and other terminal of Ri is connected to ground. It is connected to ground. See here, this is a ground terminal. These three terminals are ground terminals. This is also ground terminal. This is also ground terminal. Okay, so other terminal of 10K, that is Ri, it is connected to ground. Then we have to connect pin number 3. Again pin number 3 is connected to ground. See the pin connections here. See the circuit diagram. To do offset null, here RF is connected between pin number 2 and 6. Then Ri is connected to pin number 2, and other terminal of Ri is connected to ground. RF is connected to between pin number 2 and 6. Pin number 4, it is connected to minus 12, that is minus VCC. Pin number 7, it is connected to plus VCC. Okay, then potentiometer 10 kilo ohm, it is internally connected between pin number 1 and pin number 5. See here, this is a potentiometer, and its first end, this end, see here, fixed terminal. Here potentiometer has 3 terminals. So one fixed terminal, it is connected to pin number 1. We have to connect potentiometer offset null between pin number 1, 4 and 5. So one fixed terminal, it is connected to pin number 1. Then its middle terminal, see here, this is the middle terminal, it is connected to pin number 4. This is pin number 4. Okay, so its middle terminal of potentiometer, it is connected to pin number 4, and other fixed terminal, see here, this is the other fixed terminal. See here, this is the other fixed terminal. This is connected to pin number 5. Okay, so between, see here, this is the circuit diagram. here potentiometer is connected between pin number 1, 4 and 5. Okay, so this is pin number 1. One fixed terminal is connected to pin number 1. Then middle terminal, it is connected, see here, this is the middle terminal, it is connected to pin number 4. And other fixed terminal, see here, this is the other fixed terminal of potentiometer, it is connected to pin number 5. So in this way potentiometer is connected between pin number 1, 4 and 5. Okay, so in this way connections are made. Pin number to do offset null, both input terminals should be connected to ground. One inverting terminal is connected through RI to the ground terminal, and non-inverting input, that is pin number 3, it is directly connected to ground. See here, this is pin number 3, it is directly connected to ground. It is directly, see here, pin number 3, it is directly connected to ground, and pin number 2, it is connected through RI, that is through 10 kilo ohm, it is connected to ground. Okay, so in this way connections are made. Now we have to set the output voltage 0, that is when inputs are connected to ground, output should be 0. So we have to adjust the output voltage to 0. Okay, so first of all we have to set multimeter its range switch to 2 volt DC, then switch on this digital multimeter, again switch on this power supply, switch on the power supply. See here, LED glows, that is power supply is switched on. Okay, now we have to rotate this potentiometer, offset null potentiometer, in such a way that the output should be 0. Okay, here we have to connect multimeter we have to connect positive terminal of multimeter to output terminal, that is pin number 6. This is pin number 6. Okay, output terminal of positive terminal of multimeter to the output, that is pin number 6, and negative terminal of multimeter to ground terminal. See here, this is a ground terminal. Okay, this is a ground terminal and this is a positive terminal, it is connected to pin number 6. See here, the output is not 0, so we have to adjust this potentiometer such that the output should be 0. We have to rotate this potentiometer such that the output should be 0. Here output is not 0, so we have to rotate this potentiometer. See here, such that I am rotating this potentiometer, and see here voltage is increasing. See here, I am rotating this potentiometer and adjust the output voltage to 0 volt. See here, voltage is decreasing. I am rotating this. Okay, see here, output becomes 0. Output is now 0 volt. So in this way offset null is done. Now in inverting op-amp configuration, the input signal, that is input DC, it is given to inverting input, that is pin number 2, and non-inverting terminal should be connected to ground. So here non-inverting terminal means pin number 3, it is already connected to ground, and now I am disconnecting this wire, that is the inverting input terminal. See here, and I am connecting this wire to Phi-in, that is for DC input. Okay, VIN means DC input. See here, I am connecting this wire to DC input, okay, and I am disconnecting this positive terminal of multimeter, which is connected to pin number 6 here. See here, this is a positive terminal of multimeter. I am connecting this positive terminal of multimeter to input VIN. First we have to measure VIN, DC input, okay. See here, I am connecting it to input terminal of amplifier, VIN. I am connecting positive terminal of multimeter to input. See here, the input is see here, the input is 0.1. we have to set, by using this potentiometer we have to set the voltage. See here, the input is 0.14. The input is 0.14. So right here 0.14. Right here input voltage. See here, the input voltage is 0.14. So right here 0.14. 0.14 volt input. Now I am disconnecting this wire. Okay, I am disconnecting this positive wire, and now I am connecting this wire to output terminal of amplifier, that is pin number 6. Okay, now see here, the output is minus 1.41. So right here in observation table, in observed column here, minus 1.41. So right here output voltage minus 1.41. Okay, minus 1.41. So this is the first reading. Okay, now again we have to change the input voltage. See here, now I am changing this input voltage. Increasing this input voltage. See here, the input voltage is 0.0. 0.28. Okay, input is 0.28. So right here in observation table, input 0.28. Okay, input is 0.28. Input is 0.28. Now I am disconnecting this wire positive of multimeter. See here, this is the positive of multimeter, and I am connecting to output, that is to pin number 6. Now see here, the output is minus 3.08. Minus 3.08. Minus 3.08. Okay. Again I am disconnecting this wire and connecting to the input. Now again I am changing this input. Input is 0.4. So right here input 0.40. Okay, now I am disconnecting this positive wire of multimeter and connecting it to the output. that is pin number 6. See here, the output is minus 4.0 minus 3.8. Okay, minus 4.0, minus 4.0. Okay, minus 4.0, minus 4.0. Okay, minus 4.0. Again I am disconnecting this wire and connecting it to the input of this amplifier. Okay, now again I am setting, or I am adjusting the input. I am adjusting this input. See here, input is 0.5. Input is 0.5. So right here 0.5, 0.5. See here, again I am disconnecting this input, and connecting it to the output of the amplifier. So output is minus 5.9, minus 5.8. Okay, the output is minus 5.8. Okay, then again I am disconnecting this positive terminal of multimeter and again connecting it to the input of amplifier, and again I am adjusting this input 0.6, 0.6. Okay, input is 0.6. So right here 0.6, 0.6. Again I am disconnecting this input wire positive of multimeter and connecting it to the output of amplifier. The output is minus 6.0. Output is minus 6.0, minus 6.0. Okay, again I am disconnecting this wire and connecting it to the input. Okay, connecting it to the input. Then .7. Okay, 0.7. See here, input is 0.7. So right here 0.7. Then disconnect the input wire, positive terminal of multimeter, and connect it to the output. The output is minus 7.7, minus 7.7. Okay, again disconnect and connect to the input. Again change the input 0.8. Okay, 0.8. So for right here input 0.8, 0.8. Okay, then connect this input, connect this positive of multimeter to the output. The output is minus 8.4. Okay, see here, output is minus 8.4. So right here minus 8.4. So it is observed that the output voltage is always greater than input. That means the input is amplified. The input voltage is amplified by this amplifier because the output quantity is greater than input. Input is very low, output is greater than input. Output is larger than input, therefore this amplifier amplifies the DC input. Okay, in this way it amplifies the input. Then again change the input voltage, connect this positive multimeter to the input, again change this input. Now see here, the input is 1.0. Input is 1.0. Okay, so write here input 1.0, 1.0. Then connect positive terminal of multimeter to output of amplifier. The output is minus 9.8, minus 9.8. Output is minus 9.8. Okay. When input is 1. Okay. So in this way we take the readings. Now we have to calculate voltage gain of the amplifier. We have to calculate the voltage gain of the amplifier. So we know that the voltage gain of amplifier, voltage gain AV of amplifier is equal to output voltage divided by input voltage. Output voltage, the voltage gain of amplifier is equal to output voltage divided by input voltage. Input voltage. Okay. So see here in first observation the output voltage is minus 1.41. So right here 1.41 divided by its corresponding input is 0.14. So right here 0.14, and then by using log table you can calculate this calculation, the voltage, how much voltage gain is there, and then write this calculation, that is 1.41 divided by 0.14 in gain column, that is in observed column. In observed column you can write this voltage gain 1.41 divided by 0.14. So calculate it by using log table and then write here gain, voltage gain. Okay. Then again here 3.08 divided by 0.28, voltage gain AV is equal to, in second reading the output voltage is 3.08 and divided by its corresponding input is 0.28 divided by input voltage 0.28. Again calculate it by using log table and write here the voltage gain. Okay. Then in third input voltage is 0.4 and output voltage is 4.0. Okay. So output voltage is 4.0. See here output voltage is 4.0 and its input is 0.4 divided by 0.4, that is 40 divided by 4. This point shift here, again this point shift here. So this becomes 40 upon 4, 40 upon 4, that is 10. Okay. So right here this is easy calculation. The voltage gain is 10. Okay. Then again you can calculate this 5.8 divided by 0.5. Okay. Using log table you can calculate and then write here in observed column the voltage gain. Okay. So in this way you can calculate the voltage gain. Okay. Then in see here how to calculate the output voltage. How to calculate the output voltage here. How to calculate the output voltage? So we know that gain is equal to VO upon VI. Okay. So VO is equal to VI into gain. VI into gain. Okay. Now we know the input voltage 0.14 and we know the voltage gain. Okay. We know the voltage gain. So by using this formula VO is equal to VI into gain, you can calculate the output voltage. So in calculation column you can calculate the output voltage. So gain is equal to VO upon VI. Therefore VO is equal to gain into VI. Gain into VI. Okay. So take gain from here and take VO from here, and then you can calculate output voltage and write in this column. Okay. Then calculated gain means we know that gain is equal to minus RF upon RI. Theoretically gain is equal to minus RF upon RI. here RF is 100 kilo ohm, RF is 100 kilo ohm and divided by RI is 10 kilo ohm, RI is 10 kilo ohm. So K cancel, 0 cancel, so gain is equal to 10, 100K divided by 10K, K cancel, 0 cancel, so gain is equal to 10, gain is equal to 10. So calculated gain is 10 because gain is equal to minus RF upon RI, minus RF upon RI. RF is 100 kilo ohm and RI is 10 kilo ohm. So gain is equal to 100K divided by 10K, 100K divided by 10K, that is gain is 10. So write here in this column 10. Okay, 10. Okay, now in examination you will be given gain, any 3 gains will be given, suppose 10, 20, 30 gains are given, and then you have to first calculate the required value of RF or RI. Okay, so for gain is equal to 10, suppose for gain is equal to 10, first you have to write the formula gain is equal to RF upon RI. Let RF is equal to 100K, let RF is equal to 100K, then you have to calculate RI, you have to calculate RI. So from this equation gain is equal to RF upon RI, from this equation RF gain is equal to RF upon RI, we have to calculate RI. So RI is equal to RF upon gain, RF upon gain. Okay, RI is equal to RF upon gain. So RF is 100 kilo ohm and gain is given 10, so 100K upon 10. Okay, so 0 cancel, therefore RI is equal to 10 kilo ohm, RI is equal to, in this way for given gain 10, for given gain 10 we require RF is equal to 100 kilo ohm and RI is equal to 10 kilo ohm. Okay, in this way you can also calculate for 20 gain. You have to first write the formula gain is equal to RF upon RI, let RF is equal to 100K, then you can calculate the required value of RI. Okay, again for gain 30, write the formula gain is equal to RF upon RI, gain is equal to RF upon RI, let RF is equal to 100K, then you can calculate the required value of RI for gain 30. Okay, so we will stop here.